That's what I'm talking about. Now, I know Jerome is coming up and he's going to blow the house out, but I had to get that in.
Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. Let's just get past all of the introductions, you guys. Breaking news. Our Raiders have went out and fired head coach Antonio Pierce. I believe Tom Pelissero was the first on the information. Let me read this verbatim, you guys. Tom Pelissero tweeted out, the Raiders have fired coach Antonio Pierce. Sources tell me and at Rap Sheet and at Mike Garofalo, owner Mark Davis arrived at the team facility within the last hour to deliver the news to Pierce, who finished 4-13 in his lone season. The Raiders also went out and said, they put this out, the Twitter account, Instagram account, social media. The Las Vegas Raiders have relieved Antonio Pierce of his duties as the head coach. We appreciate Antonio's leadership, first as an interim head coach and then this past season as a head coach. Antonio grew up a Raiders fan and his silver and black roots run deep. We are grateful for his ability to reignite what it means to be a Raider throughout the entire organization. We wish nothing but the best for Antonio and his family in the future. So there you have it, you guys. Breaking news, our Raiders have officially relieved Antonio Pierce of his head coaching duties. Yesterday, a lot of us were a little kind of confused about what was going on with the presser, and it seemed like maybe he would get another year. There was a lot of rumors and rumblings of him being fired or him maintaining his spot as one more year. Well, you know what? Mark hit the eject button today, and we moved on from Antonio Pierce. So this is the thing, you guys. I got to be real here. I'm not going to sit here and this isn't a Josh McDaniels situation for me. This isn't a Paulie G situation when we moved on from Paul Guenther as a defensive coordinator. Okay. I'm not going to sit here, hit the celebration music and all the other stuff. I'm not going to do that. Okay. AP seemed like a very good guy. Was he the right guy last year? He was the right guy last year to come in and help, usher in this new era, I believe. But not let me say this, not really usher in the new era, but to help get us out of that Josh McDaniels era. Okay. It was easy for him to come in and win a few games and get the nation a little hyped up and excited. It was the right move. It was the right move. We weren't going to win a ton of ball games moving forward with Antonio Pierce as the head coach, you guys. Whether you're an AP guy or not, I'm not here to, bash Antonio Pierce. I think Mark Davis and company should know when you hire a guy that has no experience, no resume to back being the Raiders head coach, not the Jacksonville Jaguars head coach, not the Detroit Lions, not the Minnesota Vikings, not these teams who have never won anything. We're talking about 3-time Super Bowl champion, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Oakland Raiders, okay? This job is specifically meant for special guys to be the head coach. And we have not done that in a long time. We've had a lot of, this has been a turnstile type situation. Josh McDaniels, Jack Del Rio, Antonio Pierce, now Gruden with his second stint, so on and so forth, okay? This is not AP's fault. It's not. It's not Antonio Pierce's fault. And you guys know I wanted him gone. I'm here for it. I'm excited to move on and see what the future holds. But this is just another situation where it reminds me how incompetent our organization is, okay? You potentially miss out on bringing in a Jim Harbaugh last year, which you didn't even bring him in, this year. You didn't even bring him in for an interview, okay? He goes to the Chargers. They're in the playoffs right now. You run it back with AP. Just another sign of how incompetent this organization is. I'm very happy that they pulled the trigger now, which I wish they would have did it yesterday. I have no idea why you would embarrass that man and roll him out there to the media, have him answer questions, and have him respond in a way where it sounded like he was going to be the head coach this following season. It's actually embarrassing, you guys. Then we go to Sirius XM NFL radio with who is it? I know it's Max and there's a few other guys. I think Peter King and there's another host there. And Max talks about, he learned his lesson, so to speak, from last year, getting involved in, naming the head coach and or going to bat for the head coach and kind of everything is on the table for Antonio Pierce, right? I just literally posted that probably less than an hour ago. It seemed like Max was like, you know what? I'm going to be the football player. I'm going to stay out the way. I'm going to let these guys, the Marks, the Tom Telescos, and so on and so forth, do their job. Okay. But we just did this completely in ugly fashion, nasty fashion. To roll him out there yesterday to talk to the nation was absolutely disgusting. And I think that Antonio Pierce, not as the coach, but as the human being, as a Raider fan, deserved better than that. That was nasty, nasty work, the way they did AP yesterday. And am I excited about his departure? Yes. Do I hurt for the man, the human being? Yes. It sucks, man, but we're here. And once again, you guys, breaking news, Antonio Pierce has been relieved of his duties as the head coach. Also, Tom Telesco will be returning for year 2. It is official. He will be coming back as the general manager in year 2. Patrick Graham has 2 jobs lined up, interviews lined up. I believe the defensive coordinator for Cincinnati Bengals and the head coaching position, I believe, for, who was it, you guys? The Jacksonville Jaguars. There's an opening somewhere, and he has an interview somewhere. Was it the Jacksonville Jaguars? Was it the Chicago Bears? I forgot where it was. Hold on real quick. Yo, Wasted, I'm live, bro. All right, bet. All right, one. Jacksonville Jaguars. So he's interviewing for the head coaching spot. I hope this is not a Rooney Rule type situation where he's just going in there and getting the interview just because so they can get it out of the way. But he's interviewing for the head coaching job out there in Jacksonville and the DC position, which I think would be great for him in Cincinnati. Maybe help turn that defense around because they already have a phenomenal offense out there. Once again, you guys, there are a lot of other names that are going around right now. Let me send this over to Wasted. Wasted's sick, but he wants to pull up for a few minutes and talk his shit real quick. Wasted, if you're watching, man, go to Instagram. I sent the link over there. But Pete Carroll is becoming a name that a lot of people are talking about. Vrabel is not out yet. It's so funny, man. I was hearing all these rumors and all these so-called sources and people saying that Vrabel was going to be in the building yesterday, which was totally false, totally off base. And now he has a head coaching interview, I believe, lined up with the Chicago Bears. And then I know at some point he'll probably end up getting one out there in New England as well. But Vrabel's not off the table with the Raiders just yet, you guys. So understand this. Vrabel is still an option. Pete Carroll's still an option. Hopefully, somehow, some way we can get Ben Johnson in the building and just sell him on what we're trying to do moving forward. That would be phenomenal. But breaking news once again, you guys, let's get these supers in. Jose, breaking news. I'm all over the place because I was literally in the bed. Antonio Pierce has been relieved of his duties as the head coach once again. I know it might be a long shot, but I want us to get Liam Cohen as our head coach. Josh Grizzer as his OC. And Avero as his DC. I think Cohen is ready to be a head coach. For those who have no idea who Jose is talking about, Cohen is the offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's probably going to be a hot name out here as the playoffs wind down and the Super Bowls. He's definitely going to be a name to keep an eye on moving forward as a potential head coach elsewhere. But that's an interesting name. He definitely helped turn things around out there with that offense out there in Tampa Bay. Salute to my guy, Jose. Let me catch up real quick, man. Salute to the 1,800 people here in the building, as always. I am so behind in the chat right now. My apologies, y'all. Salute to Hug Dizzle. This has to be the final hire that Mark makes for a long time. I want proven, sustainable football success. We've tried everything from retreads, interns, and second-tier coaching. This has to be it, period. Now is the time. And you know what, man? This is the thing, Hug. Officially appreciate you on a $20 special, brother. With Tom Brady in the building, he's not going to deal with this shit. You know, he expects greatness coming from that New England Patriots, program. Tom Telesco, he's a proven general manager. We actually have two guys in the building now that are going to help turn this thing around. You know what I mean? So I think that they pulled the trigger, the right week, just not the right day. They should have did this yesterday on Black Monday. I find it very, very strange that they waited until Tuesday to make the call. But I agree with you, brother. But I do believe that we have two guys in Tom Telesco and Tom Brady in the building that can definitely help us moving forward. I got to say this, Mark, do not have any alumni in the building. And I love my alumni folks. I love Richard Seymour. I love, all the alumni guys. Don't have any of these guys be a part of the process moving forward, okay? That having guys come in and trying to help locate your head coach when guys have no prior experience, no resume of coming out and locating a quarterback. I mean, not a quarterback, but a head coach. Please don't have them in the building. If anything, there's two guys that need to be there. It is Tom Telesco, a proven general manager that has over 11 years of experience under his belt. And now you have a guy in Tom Telesco Tom Brady, that you're going to be leaning on heavily moving forward, that is coming from a situation in New England, where he won 6, he won 1 in Tampa Bay, and they want him heavily involved. But I don't want this as a situation moving forward where we have alumni guys in the building because they want to see if this next head coach is built to be a Raider, because the Raider way has not worked in numerous decades. That way is over. We got to push forward. We have to find a new way of going about things. And I'm hoping that Tom and Tom definitely help us locate that. Salute to Ant as well. Mark, listen to the fans, and it didn't work. Got to give the keys to someone who knows ball, simple and plain. Salute to my guy Ant with a haymaker. Salute to Jorge in the building. Would Pete Carroll be an option? We are just talking about that. He is up there in age. I believe he's damn near 80 years old. But he's a proven winner. He's won national championships at USC. He's won a Super Bowl with Seattle. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He should have won 2. But he's definitely an option. And some of the beat writers are even saying, I believe Vinny B stated that he's heard his name a few times, whether that's just through talking with people or in the building. He said, keep an eye on Pete Carroll. So that is definitely a name, because he is coming out of retirement this year, and he definitely looks like he wants to return to head coaching. Chicago is definitely a team to keep an eye on with Pete Carroll as well. The Caleb Williams, USC, Pete Carroll thing, I can definitely see that panning out as well. Salute the Trip. I don't want Vrabel. Give me an OC or Pete. Hey, look, man, I'm only saying that Vrabel would have been a better head coach than Antonio Pierce. Is Vrabel my number one option? No, he's not. He never has been. But he is an upgrade over Antonio Pierce. And I think if Mike Vrabel comes back after all this time, that he will bring in, a guy that will be able to call the O, and he can just take over things on the defensive side of the ball and be that rah-rah head coach that we wanted out of AP. So Vrabel to me is still, I do want an offensive-minded head coach. 1A is Ben Johnson, and then you can go down the long list of, if it's Cohen, the offensive coordinator for Tampa Bay, Pete Carroll, one of those type of guys. But I personally would want to get an offensive-minded guy. Look at the AFC West right now. 3 teams in the playoffs with 3 head coaches that love to call the offense. And Harbaugh, a former quarterback himself, Sean Payton, Super Bowl winner, and Andy Reid has won numerous. Salute to Trip. Salute to 24. Sir Wasted, get well soon. Our Raider brethren. Soup and tea all day for you. Salute to my guy, 24. If Wasted is watching, I sent it over to Instagram. Send a text. Once again, you guys, for those who are just joining, we have 2,000 people here in the building. Breaking news, Antonio Pierce has been relieved of his duties, and Tom Telesco will be returning in year 2 to return as the general manager. There you have it. Crazy, crazy day, man. I was not planning on doing anything until the AFC West roundtable tonight, but we are here. Vic Tafer just put Gruden out there as one of the candidates. Nasty work. I wouldn't put anything past Mark Davis at this point. But that would be disgusting to bring him back a third time, especially with, all of the things that came out with the emails and all that. That would be disgusting to bring in John Gruden for a third time. I understand, former Super Bowl winner, helped turn the Raiders around, at one point in time. You got to move on from these nostalgic hires. Gruden is not the guy. He is not the guy. There's no reason to bring him back into the thick of things with the Raiders. We already have enough problems. Well, if you're bringing in Gruden, you might as well bring in Aaron Rodgers at the quarterback position. You know what I mean? Like just do it. Fuck it. Why not, right? Salute to CJ, my guy on becoming Green Dot Gang. My brother, man, appreciate you. As always, if you guys want to become Green Dot, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Definitely appreciate every one of you guys. It helps us keep the lights on over here at OLV Raiders Network, man. Salute to Larry. For people mad about AP, think of it this way. AP is now the worst head coaching candidate on the market, and he was our head coach. Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't have gotten a job anywhere else at all, Larry. I think at best, Antonio Pierce will probably be a linebackers coach for the New York Giants. He won't return to the collegiate level where he's dealing with a bunch of sanctions from his time at Arizona State. I could see him returning to, his former club in the New York Giants and potentially being maybe a linebackers coach like he was previously under Josh McDaniels and where he was at Arizona State. So I can see him potentially getting another job, just not another head coaching job. That's the thing that the nation, we need to understand is, there's not one other team out there that I don't think would even hire this guy as a head coach. And I think that's a problem. When you look at Andy Reid, every team in the league would want Andy Reid as their head coach. Damn near every team would want Jim Harbaugh as their head coach. And there's handfuls of teams that would want Sean Payton as their guy moving forward. Not one team would come forward and say they wanted Antonio Pierce as their head coach. I think that's a problem, man. I do. Mando, I love Brian Flores. I do not want him as a head coach. I would only want him as a defensive coordinator. I think that's his strength. That's his strong suit. Some guys do not belong being head coaches, i.e. Wade Phillips, right? Phenomenal defensive-minded guy, was not a great head coach, but was a great defensive mind. These guys sometimes need to stick to what they know. Brian Flores is a phenomenal defensive mind. It didn't really work out in Miami. And I don't know if another team would take a flyer on him. I felt like he got kind of blackballed after that situation, but I wouldn't want to bring Brian Flores in as the head coach. But I would love him to come in as the defensive coordinator if he decided on leaving the Minnesota Vikings, which is a very sweet deal for him. Hey, Graham, you ain't never lied, bro. It's always like this, off-season, regular season. Salute to one of the mob fathers himself. But once again, you guys, this is not me here celebrating AP losing his job. This is not that. It's not that. Did I want this to happen? Definitely. Just because of for the sake of our Raiders and for the sake of the success moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I was calling for AP's job. This is not me. Once again, not a Josh McDaniels type situation. It's not. These players actually respected him. They went to bat for him. Jacoby talked highly of him after the game. A lot of the other players did. Max always speaks highly of him. This is a situation where, once again, I'm not going to be here celebrating like we won a Super Bowl, but I'm definitely believe that this organization made the right move. I just wish they would have made it yesterday in a timely fashion. Salute to our brother Wasted in the building. How you feeling, bro?
I'm still weak. I'm sick and cold. That's why I went and got my Raider Christmas sweater.
How you feeling, man?
I'm hot and cold. I'm still a little fucked up, but I couldn't not jump on the air and speak my piece to the nation. Everybody's asking me if I'm going live. I don't know. I still feel kind of bad, but
yeah,
I figured, man, in the spirit of the podcast last night, the tag team, I'll tag in. You know what I'm saying? So
how we feeling about the news, man?
I mean, you know how I felt about it, man. I felt like it should have been done a long time ago, right? But
yeah.
I do want to say one thing, because there's a lot of people that are on the side of AP and they're upset about it. Yeah. There's a lot of people that's upset about this, and there's some people who are ecstatic about it. But the one thing I think this signifies is how great Raider Nation is. We got a lot of loyal ass fans, bro. Yeah. And they deserve better than to have to go through drama every year. Like every year that I've been podcasting, there's been some drama.
Yeah.
Every year was the Josh McDaniels drama. It was the Derek Carr drama. It's always some drama, bro. And I really want us to be a stable organization and to talk about good times. And it just didn't look like, based off of what Antonio Pierce was saying at that presser, to me, that alone was indicative of the reason why he should not be here any longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
How could you say that you're going to bring back the same group of guys? What happened out there? Like, even when they talk about Dan Campbell, people forget Ben Johnson was not with Dan Campbell the first year there.
Yeah, that 3-13 year, he was nowhere to be found.
He was nowhere to be found. He went out and he got that guy from Miami. because they were stupid in Miami. They didn't keep Ben Johnson. So, at this point, Antonio Pierce, I wish him the best. I like Antonio Pierce. And, and it makes me sad that I had to kind of go on a crusade for what I saw, but I got to be honest to y'all. Like, I think Antonio Pierce, if he goes back and gets a job on another staff and works his way up, I think he'll be a great head coach someday.
He could be, but once again, just going through the proper channels like most guys have to, right? He was not ready for this situation. I think once again, like I stated earlier in the show, thank you for pulling up too, man, because I've been in the bed all day too. I'm kind of feeling a little bit like that as well.
Yeah, man. But, I'm like, my shit ain't 102.
Yeah, good. But I just feel like, man, them rolling him out there yesterday like that, man, and doing that presser and then firing him the following day, it speaks volumes of where our organization is right now, bro.
Yes.
I think it's absolutely disgusting. It's like a classic Raider move to have him go out there and kind of sound like he'll be back, a following year. And I don't know if Mark kind of sent him out there to see if he was going to hang himself by saying, I'm bringing back everybody, and the quarterback situation. I wish I would have listened to my own self, my gut. And it felt like AP kind of was throwing a few people under the bus. Luke Getsy, i.e., potentially, one of his OGs. It could have been Marvin Lewis. I don't know. But he did state that he wished that he would have done a few things different and not listen to everybody. And did it the way he did last year as the intern, more about just going with his gut, right? But this is just another. I hope they just announced that Tom Telesco will be back, which I think we all pretty much knew that.
Tom Telesco is probably the one who pulled the trigger on this.
Oh, yes. Even though they did state that Mark was in the building and Mark went to him himself and told AP, that hey, you're no longer going to be the head coach, which I believe Tom Telesco hands down signed off on that for sure.
Yeah, but the problem is, people talk about Brady, but I don't think Brady's around a product enough at this point, right? The problem with this is that, Mark, how long have you been in the football business?
Yeah.
You've been in the football business your whole life, man.
Mm-hmm.
That was wrong to parade him out there like that.
Yeah.
And to do what they did. And, just by virtue of the fact that he got hired and now he's being fired, he got fired through the media. He got fired through social media. Yeah. Mark heard the populace of Raider Nation and he rolled the wave.
Yep.
And that's why he fired him. And I don't care. I don't have to have any inside information. It's clear as day.
It feels once again like a move where it's like bringing in Marshawn Lynch as time was closing out in Oakland, right? Feels like Gruden bringing him in Oakland to help usher in
Rio.
Bringing in, Marcus Peters to come in as a former Oakland guy to come, help usher in it just felt like watching him go out there with the starter jacket on and all that. They paraded him out there. And it made this organization, to me, it gave him a black eye, bro. I think AP deserved better than that. I do. And this is coming from two guys that wanted AP out of this building as a head coach.
They should have did it right after the season. They should have talked to him. And this is classless, bro. It's classless and it's fucked up. Excuse my language, but it is. And Mark Davis, you need to learn from your father, man. Yeah. Learn from your father. If you make a decision, no matter what anyone in the building thinks, no matter what we think as fans, do it. Now, I think what Mark Davis did was he waited. And I'm going to tell you why he waited. Because I don't know if you saw, Max Crosby talking to Peter King and Jim Gray.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he needed Max Crosby to put that little tidbit of information out there to soften the blow for when he fired Antonio Pierce. And I think he waited around for that. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you. That's why he did this.
Haymaker. And for those who didn't see that, I shared it on my Instagram. I shared it on Twitter. Peter King, Max Crosby and company had an interview on Sirius XM NFL radio. And Max was pretty much kind of stating like, look, this time around, I'm going to be the player. Kind of, right? Like I'm going to step back. That's not my job, to name a head coach or blah, blah, blah. It's not verbatim what he said, but go check it out. It's
that's pretty much verbatim, Graphk, to be real.
Salute to Zen. I was just starting to accept that we were rolling with AP next season, and then a notification hits. Never a dull moment. Hope we get the right dude. Salute to Zen. Salute to Mondo as well. Cap, I'll read that back in a second as well, brother. Max is going to want to trade now. Is he worth 2 first round? He's not going to want to trade. Mando, if anything, he's going to get a new deal. We'll probably end up hitting him with a new 3-year deal. There's already potentially of $100 million, give him a little bit north of $30 million a year. Max is not going anywhere. He wants to be a Raider. He wants to remain a Raider. He wants to retire in the silver and black. And I think that he understands going 4-13 and seeing the way this thing played out this year. This is why he kind of came out and said, you know what, I'm going to kick back and I'm going to be the player. I'm not going to be the general manager. I'm not going to be the owner. I'm not the decision maker.
So basically, he gave Mark Davis the okay to push the button.
Yeah.
In the public forum, because the public forum is the only place that the Raiders can win, and they can't ever win the war in the public forum unless they win the Super Bowl. Yeah. But they can win little battles. Yeah. And Mark's trying to put the fire out on this little battle.
Michael, my bad, brother. Michael, the best option to me is Ben Johnson, but is he an option? You know, we don't know yet. You know, New England already put in a request to speak to Ben Johnson. Pete Carroll was another interesting name that's starting to gain some traction within Raider Nation. There's going to be some interesting names. We talked about Cohen a lot, OC for Tampa Bay. We'll see what they look like here in the playoffs with Baker Mayfield and company. But Vrabel, to me, and this is, I think Wasted can agree, this was never a guy that was our number one option. We were just saying that it makes sense because of Tom Brady, and he's an upgrade over Antonio Pierce.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you look at the breadcrumbs, you know, somebody was telling me like on YouTube, they said in my community tab, a guy was saying to me that why are the Patriots a more attractive job than Mike Vrabel? It's like, well, he played there. He has a familiarity with the owner, and they've located their young quarterback already.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, he's not proven. It's like, bro, stop it. They drafted their guy. They don't got to wait. He can walk right in there and develop that young, talented kid. So
in the nation, we have maybe 4 players tops that we can sell to anybody. That's Max, that's Brock, that's a young JPJ, and you could potentially throw Jacoby in the mix. You know what I mean? But I just look, they have a Christian Gonzalez, they have a Drake May at the most critical position in football, and now they have a serviceable young backup that a lot of people like in Joe Milton. I know you like Milton as well. You know what I mean? So they got some things going in New England. They need an offensive line. They need some receivers for sure. But Vrabel has ties there. He has roots there. The only reason it makes sense for the Raiders over New England is because of the Tom Brady effect. That's it.
Simple. Yeah, and then we don't even know because, at the end of the day, Mike Vrabel, he spent the lion's share of his career in New England. And you know what kind of – and the thing is, too, what we got to say is there a better owner in professional sports than Robert Kraft? Is there a better owner than him? There's not many.
No one has won more than him. So –
as far as in today's National Football League, but there, you got the Hunts and you got, Joe Lacob and them guys over there and,
Golden State. Yeah.
But it's not many better owners.
No,
there's not, right?
Even outside of some of the, chaotic stuff that has happened within that building, they always found a way to overpower and win.
New England, ever since that guy walked in the building, Pete Carroll was the coach.
Yep.
He went from Pete Carroll to Bill Parcells to freaking Bill Belichick.
Yep.
So he's been on a run for about 30 years now of just winning.
Yeah.
So there's no better owner than him or the Rooneys. So if you're a coach, that's more advantageous to you as a coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got a quarterback. It's a more attractive job if I'm a coach. Right. Yep. And I know my Raiderdom would say, no, nothing's better than the Raiders, but come on now.
Yeah. So to LT, I wanted to keep him until Albie said he wanted to keep the same damn coaching staff. Yeah, man. That to me was just like a spit in the face to Raider Nation. Like at that point, it made, let me say not a spit in the face. It just made me realize how unprepared Antonio Pierce was to be a head coach at the next level. Yeah. It just was just like, if you're going to run it back, and mind you, Graham is not under contract anymore. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason why he's already getting interviews elsewhere.
Yeah.
But once he said he was going to, and look, there's a few guys that you could retain. I'm not going to lie. The O-line has looked better with Joe Philbin out there helping. But
Rob Leonard's the only guy.
And Edgar Bennett. He's done a phenomenal job with our wide receivers as well. But there's not too many guys on this coaching staff that I would retain. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, man, because when you look at Antonio Pierce, I'm going to tell you why, he was really set up to fail, because there, like in life, when you come out of the womb, you can't talk, you can't walk, you can't sit up.
Yep.
And there's a reason why God makes you take steps so you can get to the next level and be proficient at that next level, right?
Yeah.
The problem is that Antonio Pierce doesn't have the relationships around the league as far as from a coaching perspective to go out there. See, any other coach that missed out on their first target for offensive coordinator, they wouldn't have to go and hire some guy that they don't really have a real relationship with.
No. Not at all.
They would have like a group of people that they've worked with before that's on a short list of people that they're willing to hire that's available.
Yeah.
Antonio Pierce has not, he doesn't have that coaching pedigree at this point.
Yeah.
It's just plain and simple and as clear as day. And that's the biggest problem with him filling out a staff of coherent people.
Yeah. And the thing that sucks is now this is going to be a major black eye on his resume moving forward. You know, he's still young enough where he can work his way up and get to a point where potentially a defensive coordinator, and maybe at some point a team does take a flyer on him again as a head coach. But this was just, for me, I seen it from the jump. It was kind of like AP was kind of set up to fail. And I don't mean that in the sense of he had what it took to be successful. I'm just saying it as you brought a guy that was not prepared to have to take this team to the next level, especially in a new city, new stadium. You know, you already have a few superstars in the building. I just felt like this wasn't a good situation. And now, you know, even with the situation, we'll be able to talk about it in a minute too. You know, him and Devontae with their rift behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about. You know what I mean? Like AP was really disgusted with that situation. You know what I mean? So it just there's so many moving parts to this. It's just the Raiders once again find a way to just do this in a terrible. Do the Raiders? Are we the team that fires coaches in the worst way? It's kind of like how WWF. Remember they fired CM Punk on his wedding day?
Yeah.
Like we always find ways, like on Halloween and
we do. We have a theatric for firing. It's almost like we have a talent for firing people.
Yeah, it's like we find creative ways year in and year out to get it done.
Like I was waiting for Al Davis to have one of those dunk booths at a fair. Dunk him in water and fire him like that. It's just, bro, look, man, the problem that I have with a lot of this, right, is two things, right? The optics, right? The optics don't look good, right? Because around the National Football League, there's this sentiment, and I've seen people say it in the chat, that, you know, if you're a black coach, you get fired with 1 year. And I hate the fact that the Raiders are a part of that narrative. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't necessarily think that that's the spirit of what's going on with Antonio Pierce, because Antonio Pierce was an interim coach last year. This was his first full season. And I think the fact that he even got hired was a great thing, right? And I think I think that Mark Davis was kind of held over a barrel and hired a guy he probably didn't want to.
Do you think maybe the Black Monday thing was a let's hold off a day because of how Gerard Mayo was let go Sunday? Do you think that could be a situation where, you know, I mean, either way, it's a bad way to do it anyway.
Nah, man, either which way, the result is a result, right? Like,
I would rather see Mark just go up and say yesterday and Tom, we're moving on from AP.
I would have preferred Mark to do it right after the game on Sunday because they knew they were going to do this.
Yeah.
You can't tell me. You have people arguing with me on Twitter talking about, well, you know, you don't know. And bro, why would it take for them now? So you mean to tell me this came down to the 9th hour and they weren't sure? They were sure a month ago they were going to fire this guy. Yeah. When he didn't back him at the owners' meeting, people say, "Oh, well, organizations don't do." Yeah, they do. They do that to put out the fire, put out the negativity around the organization.
That's my guy. That's our guy.
That's why they put their arm around him. I don't know what sport the rest of these guys have been watching, but ever since I've been a kid, you can tell when a coach is going to get fired. I've almost never been wrong about that.
But you know what? This is the only organization in the world that would tell AP to go out there and win a few games at the end, lose some draft capital, and then fire him. That's insane to me. Go out there and win the 3 games left in the season. Go win out. You win 2 out of 3, and it's like, hey, now you're gone after you dropped probably 5 spots in the NFL draft. Leave it up to Mark Davis to find a way to just make this shit
like that.
You know what I mean?
But see, really quickly, Grab, I didn't mean to cut you off. And when they talk about the black coach narrative, right, with the Raiders singularly, I think that's cap and it's bullshit because I've seen Mark Davis fire a guy who went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, after 1 year. Mark Davis has had he fired Jack Del Rio for really probably shouldn't have fired Jack Del Rio. I don't think he should have at that point. You know, so you can't, with the Raiders and them being the kind of organization they've been, I don't sense that spirit had anything to do with the decision made for Antonio Pierce singularly. I don't know about other teams in the National Football League.
The Raiders,
Antonio Pierce. When it comes to Mark Davis, I think the writing was on the wall a long time ago.
Yeah, he did nothing right to retain his job. Like, I don't think there's really anything else to argue outside of that. Salute to fuck the Chiefs. It's starting to smell like Vrabel will be the next head coach. Tuck Rule Tom is pulling the strings now. Not sure how I feel about it. Salute to my guy. Q just says, simple and plain, God is good. Salute to my guy, QV in the building. Salute to everybody else rocking with me as well, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up, man. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And also salute to our brother Wasted for coming through with the full-blown flu to rock with us for a few minutes. Appreciate you, brother, for pulling up. Real talk, man. Salute to Chance. I know it's unlikely, but if Telesco pulls the trigger and gets us to one of the top 2 picks, we can have any pick of the coaches then. Would be huge. Thing is, you want your coach before April, man. You can't wait that long. Last year, we brought in AP January 19th. We had our general manager January 23rd. Yeah. You can't wait until April to pull the trigger on bringing in the head coach. Now, if you work some wonders beforehand, and when's the last time you seen a team make a nah, it's not going to happen, Chance.
Nah. And bro, look, man, when we start talking about the draft, you know there are certain the nuance into this draft stuff, right? You know, we're not totally sure that the Browns will take a quarterback.
Yeah, we're not sure, but now there's a new report coming out that Deshaun Watson has had a setback with his timetable coming back. So they may try to go get a Shador or a Cam Ward there at number 2.
Yeah, but also you have
Titans just fired their general manager today too, which Dion
Rand Carthon, rock on to him. He's a good dude. I'm really surprised he did that. Real good guy. You know, Paul told us, great guy. Yeah. Right. It's sad what they did to him, right? So they probably
Dion was shocked. Dion tweeted it out that he was shocked.
So what I'm thinking is gonna happen is I think they're gonna bring Ben Johnson might be looking at that job too, because they were talking about Ben Johnson he wants to have the ability to pick the GM, from what I'm understanding. You know, that's one of the reasons why, like with Chicago, he was leaning on Chicago to fire, and this is a rumor, but they would say he was leaning on him to fire Ryan Poles because he wants to work with a different GM, right? So that's why, you know, you're hearing him maybe going to Jacksonville. You're hearing, you know, other little deals. Yeah. But I digress. But the thing is, when you start talking about, you know, what's going to happen with us, right? And when you start talking about what's going to happen with us in the draft, the Browns are in a weird spot because if you draft a quarterback, that might piss Myles Garrett off. You might wind up losing Myles Garrett in the interim. There's a lot of moving parts to that. Yeah. You know, like Myles Garrett might be like, oh, let me Travis Hunter. I need somebody in secondary. Yeah. We need a guy on the other side of the ball.
Yep. Give me another edge rusher. Give me something that I can work with now, not a couple years down the line where you got to develop this kid.
So we can win, go out there and go get a veteran like y'all been doing. It's like the land of misfit toys. We got enough talent to win with a veteran.
Yeah. Who would you pick right here, Wasted? Salute the Raider Jimmy, man. Vrabel or Pete Carroll to be the head coach?
Vrabel, bro. Pete Carroll's like 80 years old, bro. Come on, man.
Man, Pete was a really good coach, though.
I love Pete Carroll, but Pete Carroll, that's like going and asking Bill Parcells to be a coach.
And I love what Stuck said. Pete Carroll's actually really good at finding up and coming coordinators as well on both sides of the ball.
I would bring Pete Carroll in the building to help me out behind the scenes, but I wouldn't want him in the everyday, day in and day out. Because what is the timeline for your future, right? Yeah. So we hope that the next coach that we hire could be here for 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll might be in the box in 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
No disrespect. Hopefully not. But
not facts. Salute the Grandmaster. Thanks for calling it, brothers. I wanted AP out as well, but this was disgusting and classless. Yesterday after the presser, I thought AP was a lock. Yeah, man. It's just it. Once again, Grandmaster, just the Raiders find a way to just outdo themselves with toxicity and just the dramatics year in and year out. Salute to Cut the Check. Yeah, the last press conference with the starter on was nasty work. Fooled me, but the cookie crumbles some way. Let's get the coach the nation deserves. Raiders, no way out. Salute to my guy, Cut the Check, man. Appreciate you. Salute to almost 3,000 people rocking with us in the building, man. Pride and purpose. AP's intentions were pure. His hard work didn't match his preparation. Wish him and his family nothing but the best. I love it. Couldn't say any better than pride and purpose right there. Facts. Salute to 24. You missed my expansion of the game. Oh, my apologies, 24. If it was 5, I believe it was 5. You know,
appreciate you for making the Green Dot gang grow in droves. And he also has made the Get Off My Lawn gang grow every time he comes over there. Pause if necessary.
2-4. I appreciate you, brother. That means a lot, man. Salute to all the new Green Dot gang in the building because of my brother 2-4, man. Salute to Doom with a $50 haymaker. Pay your bar tab. Make sure Wasted takes his Centrum Silver. Raider Nation for life. Let's go to work. You know what I'm going to do, Doom? With half of that 50 piece, I'm going to go buy Wasted some Centrum Silver, and I'm going to send it out there with the jerseys that Brandon sent me to give to Wasted. So there you have it. So to my guy, Doom, in the building, and I appreciate you for the $50 special. Let me see. Oh shit, was Hammer on?
Was he? I don't know.
Oh yeah, he's asking for it right now. Let me bring him on real quick too. Yo, Hammer, check the IG, brother. Check the IG.
Oh, man, bro.
We're gonna have Shieldmore on for a minute, man. Once again, thank you, brother, for pulling up as well. I know the nation has been wanting to hear from you, man, but I know you're over there dying a miserable death right now.
Yeah, I'm a little. You know how like you get all sore and shit like that, bro?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Once again, you guys, for those who are just joining right now, breaking news: our Raiders have moved on from head coach Antonio Pierce. Tom Pelissero was the first one on the info. Raiders fired Antonio Pierce. Sources tell me at Rap Sheet and at Mike Garofalo. Owner Mark Davis arrived at the facility within the last hour to deliver the news to Pierce, who finished 4-13 in his lone season. And then once again, I don't know if you've seen what the Raiders put out there though, but the Las Vegas Raiders have relieved Antonio Pierce of his duties as head coach. We appreciate Antonio's leadership, first as an interim head coach and this past season as the head coach. Antonio grew up a Raiders fan, and his silver and black roots run deep. We are grateful for his ability to reignite what it means to be a Raider throughout the entire organization. We wish nothing but the best for Antonio and his family in the future. So there you go. And we got our brother Hammer in the building as well. What's good, bro?
What's good?
How we feeling, man?
I'm in my 6'4" and I'm leaning back right now and I'm leaving Henderson. I'm sorry, but look, exactly what you guys are saying, and I said it on my live a little while ago. Like the way that Mark Davis, the way that our organization handled this was fucked up. You saw Gerard Mayo 1 year as a head coach. He never had an interim tag on him, but you fired him after his very last game on Sunday.
A win at that.
Yeah. Why the fuck would you have this man go to the podium yesterday, said what he said, and everybody pretty much, we sat here, we talked about it. We thought like, okay, I guess he's back for 2025. Yeah. Like, you could have been a little bit more professional, a little bit smarter about this decision instead of waiting a whole 24 hours to be like, oh yeah, you're gone.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
And you know what? I like what David Walker just put out there. Salute to my guy. Is this team even a desirable destination for coaches and players anymore? I'll say this: new facilities, new headquarters, beautiful, beautiful stadium, no state taxes. Yes, it's still going to be a very, very desirable destination for players and coaches. The thing is this: I think that their calling card right now, Walker, is the Tom Brady effect. I think with him moving forward, they can use that as, look, we're cleaning house right now, and this is all we've been preaching. We're cleaning house now, so we don't have to do this again next year or the following year. You clean house now, and now we can build the foundation completely up, and now we can go from here. I think that people were trying to build a new house on. I don't even want to say what I was about to say this public right now. Waston was going to be dying, bro. But you ain't got no foundation, B.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
It's like trying to build a beautiful home next to the projects. You know what I'm saying? Like you're putting a mansion just right next to the project. Look out your window, beautiful view of Marcy Projects. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like we get a chance now to buy the land, build the house up from scratch, and do this the right way.
How do you put a comment up that has a fucking house?
Oh shit! And they got Mark in it.
Yeah, man.
Salute to Mark A, my dog. I'll be becoming a member as well. I appreciate you, bro. So much, man. Salute to all the new Green Dot gang in the building. Salute to Raider Nation 2447. Johnson is the #1 head coaching candidate for all teams. Could we afford to wait until potentially after the Super Bowl to interview him? No. We could possibly miss out on other top head coaching candidates' decisions. You know what's funny, man? I'm telling y'all now, y'all don't want to hear it. You're gonna start hearing a lot more Deion Sanders here in the next few days, next few weeks.
God.
I'm telling y'all now, falling to 6 and Mark and them saying we're gonna be desperate for a quarterback. I'm telling you now, do not be shocked. Hey, Colorado is done for. BYU, that game is over. That season is completely cooked.
Oh, hey, man, let me tell you something, man. Listen, let me tell you something, man. I've been 8 toes down for the Raiders all year, and thank God.
You know, they fired Antonio Pierce, man. You know, it's messed up. He had the darn starter on and everything. But it's bull junk, man. This has been bull junk all season, man. And you know, I'm ready to come there and shine, prime time. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Graphk, I'm telling you right now, man. Me and my son is the next level. Every level of football I've coached them, and now in the NFL, I'm gonna get my chance in Las Vegas.
Hey, well, Dion, stay out of those snowy streets in Boulder because you're going to end up being 6 toes down if you end up being out there too and spending too much time. And relax, B. Relax,
Yeah.
B.
Yeah. All right.
Salute to Damager, man. Gifted 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Salute to my guy, Damager. Always supporting what we do. Appreciate you, brother. Salute to all the new members. Jorge says, I like the Raiders to take Jackson Dart. I'm only taking if he's there in the 3rd round and we weren't able to locate a quarterback. That's the only way I'm taking Jackson Dart. I'm not a major. We're not major Jackson Dart guys over here, but I'm not against that if he's available there in the 3rd. And we didn't. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, sick wasted is about to be sick wasted. If that makes any sense,
bro. I need for y'all to stop looking at one bowl game and letting that define a prospect. I need for y'all to stop with this shit, man. Cut it out, bro. You know, he's playing the Duke Blue Devils. Not like he went out there and beat fucking Miami circa 2002. The F up out of here.
Salute the hug, man. Gifted 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Salute to my brother, the GOAT himself. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Y'all are the greatest, man. Salute to Casey. We have no options. It's going to be 1 year wonder like Liam Cohen, who looks like, who is that? Maybe had a deliverance. Yo, Casey. Man, y'all wild in the chat today. Yo, hey, honestly, if you guys had to make the call right now, who's the head coach?
Brian Griese.
You said who?
Brian Griese.
You're joking, right?
I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
I feel like you're gonna laugh here in a second.
No, I got a feeling it's gonna be something weird, like some Raider ass shit. They're gonna go out there. Brian Griese's been with Kyle Shanahan. He's Tom Brady's buddy from Michigan. They played there in Michigan. I think somewhere, somehow, it's gonna be Vrabel or Brian Griese or both together. But I think Brian Griese is gonna wind up with the Raiders.
That would be absolute insanity. You know what? You were 0 for 2 right now, Wasty. You said him, and then you said who'd you say there? Arthur Smith?
I didn't say Arthur Smith. I asked, what would you guys think about it? I don't think Arthur Smith is a good.
Well, I'm giving you my response. It fucking sucked, Wasted. Okay.
I just asked. Look, I'm asking about everybody who's available because listen, this year there's not a whole hell of a lot of premier names out there. There's Vrabel and there's Ben Johnson, and then with guys like Slowick and Liam Cohen, they don't really have the chops. And then when you guys start talking about like a guy like Cliff
Kingsbury,
Kingsbury is not leaving because he's still getting paid from Arizona, so he's probably not going to go into the head coaching carousel until next year. And he's there with Jaden Daniels, so why would he leave?
Joe Brady, OC for Buffalo,
and Joe Brady, and that's pretty much it. You know, I see people throwing out like it's not like in years past. It's the same thing with the quarterbacks where you have all of these bright minds. It's going to be somebody that you probably didn't think of. It really is, man. You know, so listen, Brian Griese's not a guy that I'd be super psyched about, but what I'm looking at connections to the people that are in the front office.
Hey, Michael, who am I missing? Who's JA? Said it. The availability and interest of 2 candidates led to the
Josina Anderson.
Oh, okay, Josina. Okay, so maybe they were trying to see if there was some guys available there potentially. I know Vrabel has an interview with the Chicago Bears, I believe, coming up, and then
I'm still convinced he's going to New England. There's like a shit ton of names that are out there, and Vrabel's interviewing with all these other teams. He's going to New England.
This is a situation where he's going to go run around and play the game, right? He knows where he wants to go. Yeah. He knows where he wants to go. And we said it once they relieved Gerard Mayo that day on the watch party. We're like, oh shit. Well, Vrabel's off the table. Yeah. So, but once again, our calling card is Tom Brady. But is he going to be the right hire moving forward? You know, that's the big question. Once again, upgrade over AP for sure. But can he be the guy? Is this going to be a Del Rio situation where he comes in, he has a great year, and then a regular year, then a down year, and then we move on from him again? Can we find a guy that can come in and actually have some sustainable success where year in and year out, we're a perennial playoff team?
That's what we need. That's what we need, and I said that on the live.
Brian Flores, guys
Brian
like that.
Flores is the guy we talked about a couple of weeks ago.
I love him as a defensive coordinator, Hammer, but I don't want him as a head coach.
I don't either. I'm kind of cool on the guys that are fake Bill Belichick disciples. You know, Bill only is the one who can get away with that because he has Tom Brady.
Yeah.
If you don't have, you know, him, then you have nobody. Yo, is holy shit, man. Yo, Dracula is in the place, man. Lesbian Dracula is in here. NFL Mike Corner. Lesbian Dracula, thank you for pulling up.
Yo, let me catch up in the chat. Salute to 2-4 for Sir Wasted. To be on, though, speaks volumes. This is what separates Shieldmore from the rest. Get better, both of you. I'm still just jet lagged, and that's all it is. I haven't been able to sleep, but I'm good. But Wasted damn near died yesterday. So, yeah, for Wasted to be on, 103, what temperature? Yeah, that he was cooked.
It's going around out here, man.
Yeah, man. Salute to Spivey, also the Kevin Nash of Shieldmore, gifting 5 OLV Raiders.
That day in Dracula land.
No, hey man, NFL. Y'all think it's funny, man. They think that we don't like NFL. NFL Mike is cool, man.
NFL Mike cool. Man.
Yeah, that's the hobie, man. If no one is the Shield, the YAP 2 just wins cost the Shield. Reese with the always super chat, cryptic
super chat.
Yeah, I cannot understand, and it wouldn't be a show if Reese did not put at least one of these up. So salute to Reese with the yeah.
Thank you. Reese always like, hey, have y'all ever heard of the biscuit on the grassy knoll theory?
What are you talking about here?
Yo, salute to Damager. Raiders really let this man go to the podium and embarrass himself. Graphk, where did you get that jersey? Anyone considered it being Dion? We just talked about potentially Dion Damager because it'd be interesting because at that point you're kind of locating your head coach and your quarterback in one whop. My wife got me this for my birthday years ago, so I have no idea where she got it. It's like a jacket. It's not a jersey. It's a jacket. Salute the Damager, man. What would you guys think though? Like realistically, and just honestly, do you think this is a move where Mark does try to pull a rabbit out of his hat and try to bring Dion into the NFL?
If he tried to do that, then we in trouble.
Because wouldn't it be funny if that's the reason why I said, AP, go out there and win out. Doesn't matter. Get a couple wins. I already know who my guy is. And guess what? That guy's going to be able to bring my other guy in. Anyways.
But then now's tampering. Now it's tampering.
Is it?
If he's a part of your organization and his son willfully says, I don't want to go anywhere with the Raiders, and like that's weird. That's a situation that you know.
We are the Raiders, Wasted.
Yeah, but they was sticking up our ass so far.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, that just happened.
Yo, salute the man though. Dion is head coach and he forces his son as quarterback. We back. Salute the man though. Salute to Cider, Vrabel, 2021 NFL head coach. We talked about that plenty of times. This is facts. We read that from Mando. Let me catch up on these supers so we can get to the chat as well. Being from Compton, I hate to see him go, but with this track record, Long Beach Poly alum, I'm not surprised. We'll see what's next. Raider Nation for life. Salute to my guy Funky Raider 31 on the 5 hours. Salute to Cap as well. Salute to everybody also that joined last night on a Monday Night Raw show. We had a ball last night, bro.
Oh yeah,
that shit was hella fun. Cap says, I hope they all get the candidates they have in mind lined up. We're already running behind the rest of the other teams looking for their guy at the head coaching position. So, but you know what? The thing is this, Cap, that we have two different guys in the building right now that I believe can really help turn this thing around in Tom Telesco and Tom Brady. If this was any other year where you moved on from your head coach and then you got when Gruden was let go, Mayock was just kind of just floating there, right? Like, and then when you let go of Josh McDaniels, it was a package deal with him and Ziegler.
Yep.
I think we can all agree that we kind of sensed this happening because Tom Telesco was hired after AP.
Yep.
If it didn't work this year, and let's just say even if we won 8-9 games, I could still see this happening. I could still see this. Oh, it wasn't good enough. We're going to move on regardless of anything. This was bad though. This was bad 4 games, but I'm just saying
8 wins. He couldn't have done that, bro. They would have destroyed. We would have destroyed them. If we would have even got a whiff of the playoffs this year and they would have fired AP in the first year, we would have all. I'm speaking for myself. I'd have been like,
oh no, bro. If AP came out, especially with all the injuries and the shit that we had to deal with, and found a way to win 8-9 games. But this is the Raiders, bro. Once again, it's like it's just never enough. So, Cap, man, appreciate you, brother, on the $5 holler. Salute to Jorge once again. Dart beat Georgia.
Yeah, bro. Dog, come on. Bro.
Talk that shit, bro. Grandmaster Gruden 3.0.
Stop.
Yo, musty energy by Wasted.
Hey, Rod, let me tell you something, bro. The one thing Wasted Talent has never been is musty. Look, I'm the flyest motherfucker you know in real life, man. Stop your lies.
Yo.
Be unceremoniously blocked.
AJ, Wasted is dressed like the fly auntie at the Christmas party. Go Raiders.
Yo.
I got this sweater from your mother.
Yo.
Yeah, you like that.
Secret Santa. Salute the Black Raider WP. Well, y'all got what y'all wanted. Now watch Telesco bring in Brandon Staley. Do you know who hired Brandon Staley?
Yeah, he doesn't even know that the
Spanos family
hired him because they have money problems. Some people just like to say dumb shit because they like Antonio Pierce and they want to get up and cry on the cars. Oh, AP was John Madden. He was a linebacker coach. Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. Sorry for cussing.
Salute. I get AP going, but you have to have real options. Well, Casey, the thing is, there are some real options. The thing is, are any of these guys real targets for the Raiders? There's several guys out there. I mean, bro, there's going to be guys that actually won Super Bowls available. I don't want to say the name Doug Peterson, but I'm just saying there's guys out there that have won Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll won a Super Bowl. Doug Peterson's won a Super Bowl.
If I give you guys a list of names right now of some of these some of these coordinators that are being interviewed for these head coaching positions, just say yes or no if you would consider them as a head coach. Is that fair?
Yeah.
All right. You already said no to Brian Flores. Aaron Glenn.
Isn't he going to the Saints?
There's nothing.
The Saints are hiring.
Well, the Saints are interested, and he's done some miraculous things out there in Detroit with all those players on IR. But once again, is this just a 1-year phenomenon? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I heard the Saints, though, just like Wasted said. It sounds like they would want him down there in New Orleans. But now they're talking to Matt Nagy.
He's got a bunch of teams that he's going to interview with. But what about we've talked about Ben Johnson, so I don't even want to put his name out there. Mike Kafka.
Mike Kafka, man. I remember he used to be a backup for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'd say no and no again. Now, I'd bring him in as a coordinator, but not as a head coach.
Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator for the Ravens.
Great Todd Monken. He's never been he's been a head coach once in very small time college football. He's an innovative mind. He's an older guy. But I'd interview.
Yes. He doesn't want to. Apparently, he doesn't want to be a head coach. He's okay being just a play call on the offense side of the ball. But I would love to bring him in. I think that Baltimore offense has been spectacular this year. Lamar going crazy, over 4,000 yards in the air, not over 900 rushing, and once again, you know, well, the Derrick Henry effect as well out there in Baltimore. I got to give him his flowers, but they've been cooking. Yes.
I mean, look, he designed a whole new offense that had Lamar Jackson as an MVP. So for Derrick Henry. So you got to give Monken his credit.
Yeah. And this has been the best I've seen Lamar Jackson pass the football in his career.
He's getting older. He's getting older. He's getting wiser. He's getting better.
Yeah.
Drew Petzing, the Cardinals offensive coordinator.
That was a name that I keep hearing, but no.
Joe Brady.
As a head coach, no.
Joe Brady.
Yes. Joe Brady, yeah.
Liam Cohen.
Yeah. Hell yeah. He's a 1-year wonder, but yeah.
That's a guy I would at least bring in for an interview and see what his vision is moving forward.
Yeah.
Iron Leftwich.
No.
Now OC, potentially you bring him in as a guy that can call the offense. I mean, I'd take a flyer on that potentially, but not as a head coach.
But that is a guy that has that connection to Tom Brady through BA down there in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you one more and then I'm gonna stop. Bobby Slowick.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
Now, you know, a lot of people are beating him up, right? Because was he figured out this year? CJ Stroud's sophomore slump and so on and so forth. Hey, they're still in the playoffs. They've had a ton of injuries. On that line in the running back group at their wide receiver position. That is a name that I would definitely at least bring in and see what the vision is as well moving forward.
Also, you got to realize CJ Stroud figured out what Amber Rose looks like naked. And ever since he started dating Amber Rose, he's going just like this. Down the tube.
I think that would happen to you too if you were palming a tattoo while you were getting topped. Like
Well, no, I mean, bro, listen, man, you know, when you a young fella, man, if you ever had the chance to partake of some OG, some OG tail,
tippy top,
sometimes it'll take you into a dark road. You know, in my early 20s, I've been there before with an older lady.
Oh yeah.
And, it messed me up for a couple.
Hey, Dre is down there in Houston working wonders right now, so I know exactly what
you know what it is, bro. You know these are old seasoned females, bro.
Yeah. So look at Savage, man. Robert Salah is not an option. Wasted. Honey and Ginger, my good dude.
Defensive coordinator. He is not going to be a head coach again, man.
But Sav, for DC, definitely. I would definitely bring in Salah. Man, this guy helped develop one of the greatest defenses in the mid 2000s out there with the 49ers, bro. And then went out there and continued to build that with the Jets. They just could never get over the hump at the quarterback position. So yeah, man, I would love to bring in Robert Salah.
You know what? I didn't even think about this one, and this was a name that we wanted as an OC last year. Clint Kubiak.
As a head coach, no. He left a lot to be desired this year, and I understand DC went down, Olave went down, no Kamara at the end of the season. That O-line was but he left a lot to be desired. Now, I thought if AP returned, maybe he would double back and try and bring Kubiak back in as an OC, because that was the second option he wanted after Cliff Kingsbury, after he eventually settling for Luke Getsy. But as an OC, I would have thought about that. But as a head coach, fuck no. Fuck no. Salute to Triple OG, Hug D's, NFL Mike. Drop down to get the Nation 10. Facts.
Shout out to NFL Mike, man. Good dude, man.
Good dude. Salute to Grandmaster. Y'all are the GOATs. As soon as my ass pops, hit me up with the news. I hopped on YouTube looking for OLV. Salute to my guy, Grandmaster, man.
So I'll ask you a question really quickly, guys. What do you think about Mike LaFleur?
Oh, you said Mike LaFleur?
Yeah.
Look, bro, if we can get a LaFleur in the building, shit, I'm here for it.
I mean, he's doing well with the Rams. I know that's a lot of Sean McVay, but
yeah,
would you guys be interested in taking a flyer on Mike LaFleur?
Yeah, I would definitely do that. And guess who else was down there in LA that got a chance to take a look at him? It's Tom Telesco.
Yeah.
So hey, maybe damage it. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. Wasted.
You damn right, man. Listen, that's the great Alonzo from Training Day said.
Facts. Salute to Jorge. If Allard declares, do you think it'll definitely shake up?
Yeah, I think Tom Telesco would sell his left nut to get Drew Allard.
And the right one.
He'll sell both of them. He'll be walking right here with a high voice now.
Yeah. Yo, red wing, it gives you wings. Hot sauce. Boy, hey, facts. Salute to Captain Check. Work for Vrabel or Johnson, all the other coaches that are out there on the list. And there's quite a bit. Kind of a question. Good OCs and DCs, but head coach. Well, we kind of went over that list right now. Cut the check. The thing is, man, I wonder if Tom Brady could sell the vision of Ben Johnson. Like, I wonder, like, hey, you got Sam Laporte out there. Guess what? You got a Brock Bowers out here who's even an even better version of him, right? You got J-Mo out there, the speedster. You got Trey Tucker that's waiting to be unleashed. Now, we don't have that dynamic duo at the running back position, but this is a phenomenal.
You could double up in the draft.
It's like a phenomenal class. Yeah, it's a phenomenal class. So guess what? You can go get those guys. You have a Jacoby who is that sneaky option on the outside or in the slot. And then we'll go get you a number one option, whether it's,
free agency or the draft.
Yeah. So maybe Tom Brady can sell him. And remember, you guys, I don't know if you remember this. Tom Brady said, I would have loved to play in that system. I would have loved as a quarterback to play in that system. So I'm wondering if Ben Johnson had the opportunity to come over and partner with Brady.
Yo, it's like Rick James, man. You walk into the room with Tom Brady, he have his Super Bowl rings on, and you see his aura and shit.
Yeah.
He'll be in there, he'll be like this. Ben Johnson will come in the room, take all his rings off and throw it on the table. Like, that just happened, bitch.
Hey, Ben, it kind of got a ring to it, huh?
Wait, hold on. I wish I can give that job. I wish I had 4 hands. I give that job 4 thumbs down.
Wish I give them them titties 4 thumbs down.
Yeah, man, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm starting to get cooked, man. I see guys in here making jokes about, all kinds of crap because of my sweater. They talking about fucking Taylor. How she covered them sweater kittens up yesterday.
Yeah, she came out in that hazmat suit. That shit was crazy.
That joke was crazy, bro. It looked like she was going for a job interview at the Piggly Wiggly.
Salute to Mutation, man. Salute to Rusty. Moving forward, we are in much better position than before, having 2 times a part of this team. And that's the only reason where I'm not losing my mind about this situation back-to-back years, having to move on from our head coaches, is knowing that at least we have a competent general manager and a guy that's a major question mark in Tom Brady and what he's going to do moving forward. It is a question mark, but it's Tom fucking Brady. But
this also needs to be a head coach that is going to be here for 4, 5, and just consistent. Like, make playoff runs, make deep playoff runs, but be consistent and be here for a long time, because we need that continuity. We need that consistency. Like, we can't continue with this fucking revolving door.
Yeah. Mando, I'm not going to go into detail, bro, but AP wanted to knock him the fuck out.
Facts.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's why he had to get up out of here, man. You know.
Yeah.
Y'all ever hear the beat to Rock Box from Run DMC? That's how.
Yeah. Hey, do you remember Devontae saying, y'all don't even know what was going on? I had to get out of there.
Yeah.
He was scared for his life.
Yeah, look, man. It was like Damon and Day Day and Friday.
It was Tony Khan at AEW.
He's like Day Day and Friday, man. He's like, you remember I was just AP, I was just a little bitty boy. I was a little boy. He said, you grown now.
Yo, hold on real quick. I'm trying to get this charger to go. We're gonna be live for a few more minutes, y'all. Once again, salute to everybody here in the building. Breaking news once again. Our head coach, Antonio Pierce, has been relieved of his duties. Salute to Ben. Is Mike Munchak a serious option with no good quarterback? Would he take this job?
Mike Munchak is a damn good coach, man.
He is.
He's a damn good positional coach. You know, I would think that he'd be more of a guy that will go to the Titans, because, you know, that's the organization he played for, as a coach for. I think the ownership group down there knows him.
Number 1 pick.
Yeah, I think Mike Munchak would probably be with the Titans, to be honest.
Damn, that's an interesting connection right there. Could definitely see that if that's what happens. Salute to CJ.
I don't want a coach named Munchak.
Yeah, I always butcher his name every time I even try and.
But it just makes me laugh, you know.
It just looked like a name of a top ramen, like some type of noodle.
Nah, I don't even want to say what his name sounds like.
CJ, this needed to happen. People crying, saying fire Tom T. He did a very good job in the draft. We need to find sustained success. No more forced pairings. Exactly, CJ. And I hope that Tom Telesco has some power in the decision moving forward. Facts. Ways to get out of here, bro. Go lay down, man.
Shit, bro. All right. I see y'all. So now I just want to say a few more things, man. Just want to say this. Give me 5 more minutes, man.
Salute to Joe. Any college OCs you would consider for our OC? We'll go over a major
Riley. Stinking the Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Stinking Riley?
Somebody threw that name out there earlier.
The Stinkster. Nah, I don't know. Lincoln Riley, man, he's one of the brightest minds in college football. I don't know if that translates to the NFL. You know what I mean? The one thing is that, you know, there's so many quarterbacks in this league now that he's had his hands on.
Yeah. Pause.
You know, so yeah, but we say that, but then the Kyler Murray caveat becomes something that you might want to think about, you know.
But you know, we'll compile a list, and we'll do a show maybe this week or next week about, you know, potential OCs and DCs at the collegiate level, Joe, and we'll put a nice little list together, see how you guys feel. Salute to Kevin, man. The question is, who wants to be the head coach for the Raiders? And that's a major question right now, Kelvin, moving forward, is does anybody want to be a part of this shit show? And, you know, once again, the way, you know, we relieved him of his duties after rolling him out and parading him into a fucked up situation yesterday at that presser. It's a major question. But once again, Kelvin, we have that calling card, Tom Brady. And also we have a general manager that has more than 1 year of general manager experience in the building.
Yeah, I know. Somebody that's a seasoned GM. Let me ask you a quick question. Do you think when we start talking about older coaches, is there any way they can get BA to come out of retirement?
Bruce Arians, huh?
I'm going to whip somebody's ass.
Ooh.
What you think about that?
That's interesting, man. I don't think he wants to come back. I don't think, but, you know, the time effect. But, man, that'd be interesting. Bruce Arians has always been a phenomenal head coach. He just can never get over the hump until Tom Brady came down there in Tampa Bay.
Yep.
So, hey, that would be interesting. Hey, man, it's wasted, man. Hey, bro, you on fire when you sick. See, when your temperature's up, your antennas go up, bro. When you're healthy and you trash. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Bro, listen, if you believe that I wouldn't be here, man, you know what time it is, Graphk. You know the barbecue starts. the F up out of here with your nonsense.
Salute to Mr. C, my guy. $5 holla, man. Appreciate you, brother. As always. Salute to Casey.
Holla, city of squalor.
That is the funniest soundbite in the fucking world, bro.
That Leslie Chow.
Yeah, bro. I hope this is history repeating itself. Like when we hired Gruden after Bugle. A name to think about is Frank Smith, who is here with Gruden. And Frank Smith right now is the OC down in Miami, right?
Yeah, but that's Mike McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. That's Mike's.
I like Frank Smith, but I don't know if I would want him to be my head coach.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. But once again, he is down there kind of running someone else's offense. But I agree with the first part of that sentiment, which is hopefully this is us finding that guy after the Bugle situation. For those who don't remember, we fired that guy going 4-12, I believe. Was it 4-12?
Yeah.
And next thing you know, Gruden comes in and helps turn the organization around.
Well, and it was a situation exactly identical, and I've been mentioning that all season, right? You remember that? Been mentioning the whole Joe Bugle caveat, all season, nation, because Al Davis wanted to hire John Gruden before he hired him, and what wound up happening was the players went up and they advocated for Joe Bugle so strong.
Yeah,
but the only difference between Joe Bugle and Antonio Pierce is that Joe Bugle is an all-time great offensive line coach. An all-time great that worked under Joe Gibbs. He's the reason why the Redskins won.
Phenomenal.
He's the architect of the Hogs. Yeah. So it was a little different pedigree there. It made more sense to hire Joe Bugle, right? He had been a head coach and stuff. But look, man, because I think he was in Arizona previous to that. But this ain't, it's pretty much the same thing, man.
Nutless Telesco got our quarterback. Salute to Hug. Salute to Black Raider. Got love for you, Wasted, even though you dissed me. Man, we got love for you, bro.
Yeah, come on, bro.
You know how we talk our shit over here. If Shanahan gets fired, it won't happen.
It won't happen, bro. And he won't come here anyway. He already said that, it goes deep with the Raiders, him and his father. And
I know that Mark and him kind of washed their hands of that situation, but is that ever really going to be truly fixed? Like, truly. That was a fucked up situation. So, but Shanahan's not going in. After one bad year, I wish we can be that fan base that cries about going to multiple Super Bowls, even though you lost them, and have one down year and be like, get rid of this motherfucker.
Yeah, and won like 5 Super Bowls in the last 30 years. Get the F
come on, man. Salute to Spivey, my dog. Salute to Elite in the building as well. Appreciate you.
Oh, Elite channel. She said she got a Twitter yanked.
For real?
Yeah, what happened, Elite? What you do?
Who'd you piss off?
Elite, you know what? If they closed your Twitter account, you probably deserved it. I support Twitter. I support everyone who hated on Elite med staffing. I'm kidding around. I love Elite.
Casey said, I hope it's Ben Johnson. We all like a BJ. You ain't even lied, Casey.
Easy.
Aaron and Devontae making their way back to LV. No. Aaron needs to retire. Aaron needs to retire.
No. Hell no. I refuse. No.
Hammer with the longest soundbite in the history of man.
Cop Out was a funny fucking movie.
It was. Salute to LM32. Salute, y'all. Just got the news, but kind of Grandma Hobby Lobby ass sweater is my boy Waster wearing today.
Hey, man, I'm sick.
Hobby Lobby. That's cold.
You see that? Look. Shut y'all bitch asses up, man. Right there. I wish I had this kind of drip. Chumps. It's funny, man. It's crazy.
You want to know what's really crazy? When he said that, I said, Hobby Lobby, Tiff came over here to look at your sweater.
Yeah, but this the crazy thing. Anytime I come on the air, I put on a jacket. It's Wasted. Where you get? That's why I don't tell y'all punks. Because listen, y'all will never, ever be as fresh as this, man. Never.
Salute to Reese. I think he's trying to correct his ways here. People say if no one is above the shield, then why do we have 2 wins that only help individuals instead of the overall best for the shield? Now, that's the way you deliver that shit, Reese. That's the way you do that. That's the way you drive moving forward. Salute to Reese. Facts. Salute to Heat Check. Vrabel right now is my favorite to be the next head coach, along with Liam Cohen. I mean, Vrabel is one of those guys that's in line, but man, with that New England job open, man, once again, it's just difficult to sell anybody on a job that doesn't have a quarterback already in the building. And to have Drake May, I'm telling you guys now, and people killed me, including Mr. Wasted Talent. I said, Give him some time.
I didn't kill you.
Give some receivers. I said Drake May was nice. You said, what the fuck do you see in Drake May? Was it you? Was it Hammer?
No, it wasn't me.
One of you motherfuckers.
It wasn't me, bro. I said I'm not. He's big, he's strong, he throw the ball hard. You know how I am.
I apologize to both you hoes. Okay, I'm sorry.
With your crap.
I'm sorry. Okay, it was somebody within the group. It might have been Andy. It might have been Andy.
Shut up, Matt Corral. F up out of here. Sam Howell.
Oh my God! Salute to Hug. Wasted up himself like Pookie with a cheeseburger, bro.
What you mean, Pookie with a cheese? Pookie wasn't rubbing himself on no cheeseburger. He was rubbing himself for Jimmy Crack Corn.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You had half the joke right, Hug. You know what I mean? Now, I think what you did was you mixed up Brock with the rib. With the rib, and then you mixed, yeah.
You got to study up on your black movies, bro.
Hug, you've been in Idaho for too long.
I know, fucking Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Hug.
Yeah, man, you've been on that farm for way too long.
Hey, Hug, is it Idaho or Idaho?
See, people don't know that Hug is from the hood in Northern California, but now he lives on a farm, and he named his truck Your Mother.
He's in witness protection, y'all. Y'all just give it up.
Yeah. Yep. He's the one that snitched on Gruden.
Yeah, he might have.
Hug snitched on Gruden, and now he ran off to the middle of Idaho somewhere, and he's riding Your Mother. Literally.
Dude. Bang zoom.
I mean, hey, I'm not going to keep everybody here all day. We still got 3,000 people in the building. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting on? And also, my brothers, man, plug where you guys are.
Hug, do me a favor. Could you put my channel in the chat? I need y'all to get me the
hammers, man.
Yeah, the hammers too.
Hug, if you don't put Hammer and Wasted's channels in the chat, we are going to release your information and let Gruden and them know where you exactly live on that farm in Idaho, bro.
Hey, listen, guys, I'm 111 from 13K. It's 3,000 of y'all in here. You know the drill. I never asked for subscribers, but you know what? God damn it, I'm sick. The F up out of here and hit that subscribe. Pay your goddamn bar tabs. The F is wrong with you.
As he slams some shit on the ground. You're 100% right, Graphk. Unfair to roll out AP. I thought it was very, very classless, man. And once again, you know, we have been calling for AP's job for many moons now, but it shouldn't have ended that way. He should have walked into that tunnel at Allegiant Stadium after the Chargers game. AP, it was a hell of a ride. Bye-bye. Or Black Monday. You know,
you imagine if they got all racist on them around Christmas. Merry Christmas, homeboy, you're fired. yeah.
Oh my God.
No, bro, I was gonna say some wild shit because people like to mention race. Could you imagine if he did it on Martin Luther King Jr. birthday?
Oh my God, yo. I have a dream that AP has been fired.
Holy shit.
Yo, that'd be terrible, bro.
MLK, bro.
Not MLK Day, bro.
Hey, that's my birthday too, man. Salute to the GOAT, MLK, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I feel like it was just tasteless.
It was, man. It was tasteless like when I had COVID.
Yeah, there you go. Jess, just started your cast at the beginning. How do you know AP didn't have the job? They met today and things fell through. I don't think they paraded him out to make him look foolish. You can feel how you want to feel, Jess. That's cool. But I don't think that there was any actual meeting of anything. It was already reported that Mark went in there and just told AP exactly what's going on. We're relieving you of your duties.
He said, "Hey, AP, Happy New Year. You're fired."
Yeah, and just what is there to fall through? Like honestly, what is there to fall through? I don't know what could have fell through.
What could have fell? What did he do in there? Go up there and like read a manifesto and stand on top of the table, be like, "Hey, Mark, see here. That's what I need here." You know, like
I mean,
they made that decision already, bro.
I don't think it took for Mark to hear AP say he was going to bring back the existing coaching staff. I think that Mark already had it in his mind what he was going to do.
They say Jesse Palmer said it happened last minute. What the F does Jesse Palmer know about the Raiders? Jesse Palmer don't even know what's going on with the Florida Gators. He don't even know he played there.
19-string quarterback, man.
Like Jesse Palmer, the only thing he knows about is being on the damn Bachelor. Get the F up out of here. You know, I'm feeling a little froggy right now. I think some of that top.
Hey, man. Yeah, he definitely knows blondes for sure. Reese Wasted look like Raider homie the clowns. Salute to Reese Rock. Salute to Jesus. Light the beam. Come on, man. 5 in a row, baby. As the Knicks lose 4 or 5 in a row, my Kings win 5 in a row. The irony of that, man. You know what I mean? Even though we're still a game back.
We're going to wash our punk asses anyway.
Salute to Jesus. But loving the energy since Mike was let go. Doug is the guy. Doug is the guy. You said AP's office was cleaned out yesterday. Hey, man, until I actually see that, I don't know what the truth is behind that. Hondo guys said there was something brewing unrelated to football with AP.
Hey, there's always something brewing with one of Hondo's stories.
Hey, what do you guys think about bringing Amari Cooper back next year?
Yeah. Hey, hold on. Hey, guys, what do you think? Marcus Allen got a knee surgery. What do you think?
The F up out of here with that crap. The F up out of here with that.
You know one thing, man, I'll say this. We love Uncle Hondo. He is a great spirit. He is a great guy. But this season just made me look at some other channels and other things a little differently in this nucleus that we call Raider Nation. Yeah, man. I just hopefully one day
Uncle Hondo, bro. I got love for Uncle Hondo. Uncle Hondo be on point. But what I think is, I think
cut the check, stupid.
I personally think that if you have to be cryptic about it, then that means that it's not really what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like if there was a big situation that happened, he's no longer here. So you could say whatever it is, just write the story.
But this is the thing. The Raiders don't need a fucking excuse. This dude was 4-13. That's why I hate those type of articles or that type of alluding to something else. Bro, you went 4-13. You don't need a fucking excuse. I don't care if AP was gambling at 4:00 in the morning before a game. I just honestly don't care. If you win ball games, you win ball games. I don't give a fuck. Like I don't care what you do in your real life. I don't give a fuck if you have orgies with 30 midgets.
Oh, bro.
Saturday night. That shit doesn't affect what like as long as you win ball games, I don't care.
Whoa, you said 30 midgets? There's little people, right? You stack them on top of each other. Tap that ass.
Yeah. No diddy, man. No diddy.
I'm just saying, bro. Look, look, man. I don't care about any of that information that comes out. That doesn't mean nothing to me. It doesn't mean anything. You're 4-13. You don't need a fucking excuse. I got all the secrets. Robbins, Dangerous's wife. A Dangerous's wife, Gruden emails, all that ish.
Yo, Tiff, come get this man. Please. Tiffany, please come get him. Get him.
She said.
Please, with the midget stuff. What the F is going on here?
Salute to Jess. That's exactly it. They didn't expect him to go out and say then why put him out there? Why put him out there? That presser was uncalled for yesterday. If you were planning on firing him, why have him go out there? He already talked after the game. No comment. That would have been a perfect time to wash him.
Just wax him, right?
Right? Like there's no excuse.
But they had to wait to find him with the 30.
Yeah. Hey, let's go throw him out there in the coldest Raiders starter jacket in the world, and then we'll let him go.
They're like, hey, Antonio, you want to talk to you about, what the hell's going on here? Is that Bridget Midget?
I'm surprised you didn't put your Raiders starter jacket on for this live.
Bro, and
I kind of went that route. I did this on purpose.
I was going to too because I got the old school Easy E joint, right? It's tight as hell though. Shit is it's premature. It's like so tight. But the thing is, the crazy thing is this, yo. When you start talking about having to fire him and having a reason to fire him and all this stuff, there's no greater reason than the fact that he was ass. There's no greater reason than that, right? And the fact that we went 0-6 in our division.
Yeah.
0-6 in your division gets you fired. The last person who went 0-6 in our division was Art Shell.
And lost 10 games.
Shell's a Hall of Famer and played for the Raiders and coached for us, and he got fired after that.
You lost 10 games in a row. You go 0-6 in your division. You should never keep your job.
Yeah. And plus, not for nothing, bro. You know, him wearing a starter jacket every time I coach, maybe that was him pandering to the fan base to get us behind him because he know how he got his job previous to that. Yeah. The pomp and circumstance kind of, the bloom is worn on the rose. The coming to the stadium in the 6'4", the Brock Bowers, all that shit. That's all pandering to the fan base because that public outcry is what got him hired in the first place because the damn show wasn't his resume.
Love y'all. Get better wasted. Salute to cut the check. Michael, this is the thing. If there's any truth to that, okay, you can still do that. I mean, bro, like they knew they were moving on from AP. I'm sorry, bro. Like, go ahead, Wasted.
Peace, y'all. Yeah, I'm sorry. My back and shit is hurting.
No, go ahead, bro. Get up out of here, man. Salute to our brother Wasted. they were checking on two. Like, bro, if that's true, let's just say that's true, and let's just say it's Vrabel and Pete Carroll, whoever. We'll just throw two names out there. How does that change things? Like, there's still going to be other options out there. You have to move on from being 4-13. I don't know how you sell this fan base on coming back and bringing him back with the existing. Probably it's.
You can't, like, look, when I heard that yesterday, I'm just like, oh fuck. But at the same time, I thought about the offensive side, like Turner's going to UNC.
Yeah.
Fucking Graham. I don't know why you would even think about keeping him, but he's already getting fucking interviews already with all these
head coach, DC, all that.
Yeah. Including the Bengals
DC to take Lou's job potentially, and then the Jacksonville Jaguars, which hopefully it's not a Rooney rule. But they're looking for a new head coach down there after they let go of Doug Peterson. So, yeah. But either way, man, this is the thing, you guys. You can still check on availability of these other guys. Like, that's cool. They knew they had to move on from him. Like, simple and plain. I don't know if yesterday was like an exit, media. Like
then Sunday night should have been your exit media. Like,
yeah, they fumbled it, bro. They fumbled it, and now that makes it, to me, in my eyes at least, makes it look like any other future head coach that looking at this franchise and saying, "Do I want to be treated like that?" Potentially, it looked bad from the outside looking in, bro. It did.
But you said before, look, there were no ties. Him and Telesco didn't have ties, right?
Yeah.
The way that they did this whole thing last offseason, they did it the wrong way. And this is where I'm like, nation, we need to be positive. You have a very well-respected, plenty of experience GM in Tom Telesco.
Mm-hmm.
Let him do the search, make the right move this time around, get somebody that has gone up the coaching tree the correct way.
Yeah.
We move forward. But just be positive right now, y'all.
Hey, that's the only thing I can hang my hat on right now, you guys, is we have two people in the building, in Tom Telesco and Tom Brady, that I believe can really, really right this ship. And there's other people in the building that are very respected, former Raiders and other guys that I've spoken to that really think highly of Tom Telesco and absolutely think highly of Tom Brady and think that he can be the guy that can change that thought process of like the Michael Jordan, the Magic Johnson, the guys that came in and tried to do the whole ownership and people actually believe that he can be the one to come in and change things. So Black Raider WP, I thought that Mike got treated the wrong way, but I think it was the right move. His rotations were so bad. Do not plays with Keon Ellis is unacceptable. He's one of your best defensive players on your team. And look at him now, killing it. 5 games in a row. We haven't lost a game this year. Mike Brown had to go, even with that $30 million contract that still hasn't even kicked in yet. I don't care. Doug is the guy. Salute to fuck the Chiefs. Bobby Slowick and Robert Salah. Get it done, Mark. I'm not mad about that. If you bring Bobby Slowick and you get Robert Salah in, that would be a phenomenal mix right there. I would love it. Just depending on who you have as your young quarterback, your young signal caller, I would love that mix. I think Robert Salah can come in and turn this into a top 10 unit at least with the existing guys that we have on this roster. And that's assuming that we bring back a few of our guys like Robert Spillane, which I don't know. Somebody put it out there that maybe the Buffalo Bills would be interested in bringing in Spillane, which that would be an interesting place for him, man, because that team is already firing on all cylinders. But we have so many free agents on that side of the ball. But I think that Robert Salah could come in and change some things from the jump. Let me see. Get a couple more in real quick. You're right, Docs. Hey, Brady is the trump card. I'm telling you, man. That is the biggest like joker that we have. You know what I'm saying? Like what do we have with him? It's only a matter of time, bro. I'm telling you now, man. Tom Brady's going to help bring in the proper people into this building. He knows what it looks like. He's been there. I like what he said. Pep is a quarterback's coach. Hardy, I'm not against that. Just as long as you don't make him an OC, none of that crazy shit. I'm with Pep being a QB coach. That's where he belongs. He belongs in that room developing quarterbacks. Let me see. Hug, I didn't see it, brother. My apologies. Let me see. The chat is just flying today. We got 3,000 people in the building, dog. It's kind of difficult, man, to keep tabs on everything. Hit that subscribe button once again, you guys. I read that, Hug. Pep is actually interviewing for the head coach in New England. Yeah, he won't get that. He definitely won't. They're doing their due diligence out there, and I wonder why Pep Hamilton has an interview out there in New England. The NFL, man, it's kind of fucking crazy right now, bro, in terms of, wasting guys' time, bringing them in there when you really don't want to hire these guys.
And kind of know your vision and who you are going to ultimately make your head coach.
I hate that shit, bro. That shit is absolutely sad, bro. I hope Jacksonville's really not wasting Patrick Graham's time because he's a good dude. And if you put him in the right situation, he could probably be successful. But I think, bro, Graham would be perfect in Cincinnati, though. I think with that offense already,
and that defense,
pretty
much.
Yeah, just have a middle of the pack defense with Graham, bro, and you can be right back to being a Super Bowl team.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Wasted. Rooney Rule. But thank you guys as always for pulling up an hour and a half. Breaking news for those who are just joining. Our Raiders have officially fired Antonio Pierce. There's going to be a plethora of names that we're going to hear moving forward to potentially replace him. You're going to hear Pete Carroll. You're going to hear a lot of Mike Vrabel. You're going to hear a lot of Liam Cohen's, maybe potentially Bobby Slowick and some other guys. We'll be here every step of the way to cover it all. And I'm telling y'all now, do not be shocked if you hear Deion Sanders now. We're at 6. We're still not out of that spot, where we could potentially find Shador there. I'm telling y'all, I'm not saying it's the right move. I'm just saying that it may be something there. And I know Deion, had some guys transfer to Colorado and got some guys to commit there. And hey, man, he did the same thing at Jackson State and he fled. It happens year in and year out. These coaches do this and they find better opportunities and they move on. If Deion can have a chance to secure his son's future at the NFL level and him be the one to develop him, I don't know how he turns that down. So we'll see if anything, stems from that. Also, tampering season. Salute to my guy, Brandon, the Jersey King, Curtis in the building. My brother, man, appreciate you. Other than that, Hammer, what you got, man, going on, bro?
Nothing, man. Shout out to Johnny Kicknuts because he hit me up and told me about this. I checked Twitter real quick. I'm like, fuck, I'm going live.
Yeah, I was in the bed, dog, like cooked.
Threw everything out there. Salute to everybody in the chat and salute to those that pulled up to the first live, the debut of the Babyface Heels last night covering Monday Night Raw. It was definitely a lot of fun. Enjoyed every single bit of it. Appreciate everybody that pulled up and showed their support. If you haven't already, and salute to the 3,000 in the chat, subscribe. We are 124 away from 10K. Raider Nation News Today on YouTube. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all.
And this is what came out from that James Palmer. The report just dropped. James Palmer says Raiders had closed door meetings during the end of the regular season to decide AP's future. And to be honest, he's not saying anything, y'all. That's not literally, that is Mark Davis walking into the building saying exactly what Tom Pelissero said, walking in, taking AP in another room and letting him go. I don't know why people make this bigger than what it needs to be. Palmer did not land on Plymouth Rock with this one. like he didn't. He didn't land on the moon with this. Literally, Mark went into the building and sat AP aside and said, hey, it's time to move on. And here goes Hammer's link to his channel right here as well, you guys. Other than that, live tonight, AFC West Roundtable, you guys. I will be live 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to have some fun over there. We get to talk more about this AP situation, more about the loss to the Chargers, and we're going to talk a little bit about the playoffs moving forward also. So if you guys want to join the show, AFC West Roundtable on YouTube, we will be there live tonight. And then once again, we'll be covering everything. Anything that drops, you guys, Raider related, we will be here every step of the way. And we need to put a coaching live together, put some coordinator shows together, and really break this thing down to the white meat. So
get some nice content, Graphk and Hammer
content.
We'll definitely be doing that.
And another name to keep an eye on as well. I love that Joseph brought him up. Keep an eye on Champ Kelly. I don't know what this means with his future moving forward. If Tom still needs a sparring partner there as his assistant GM, that's another name to keep an eye on to see if we're going to retain. But now with AP out, I think we can assume, right, that a lot of these guys on the way out. Marvin Lewis is gone.
All of them are gone.
Joe Philbin may be gone. I think Scott Turner is out of there for sure. But once again, two guys to keep an eye on: Edgar Bennett and Rob Leonard.
Yes.
Those are two guys to definitely keep an eye on because they have done phenomenal work in Las Vegas since they've been in the building. Rob Leonard, for those who do not know, he's a former linebackers coach, now defensive line coach. He knows the defensive side of the ball to a T. I would not be mad if they named him the defensive coordinator. If anybody got a shot in the building to be that DC moving forward, I think Rob Leonard deserves that.
1,000%.
Yeah, so there you have it. And I don't think that Edgar Bennett needs to be the OC, but I definitely think he needs to be retained in calling that wide receiver room. So, but other than that, you guys, AFC West Roundtable tonight. Love every single one of you guys. On the way out, subscribe, and wipe them feet. That means hit them thumbs up. Thank you guys once again. Breaking news: Raiders move on from former head coach Antonio Pierce. Tom Telesco will be retained for year 2. He will be the general manager moving forward. Love y'all.